I'd got what I needed, the £5,000. Now I had to erase all memory of our meeting. And all the things that have happened in those last few minutes just simply won't happen. It'll just be like a little glitch in time, almost like daydreaming. Or when you have a dream, and you can have a dream that's really exciting and involved and all sorts of things happen, and then when you wake up, you simply can't remember it. And that's how this will be. Now, we're going to go for a little walk, so I want you to remain in the sleep, but at the same time you can stand. And it was time to take my leave of Ben, to be out of sight and out of mind. Just drifting down nice and sleepily. I'm going to walk off now and give you 10 seconds, and after that you can open your eyes and continue to walk from now.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Does that ring any bells now you see it?
That was weird. That was very unusual.
Do you believe me now?
I think that you have got the... Yeah, I do believe you now.
Do you remember going out?
Well, I can remember going out on Monday and going to the shop and getting a few things and stuff, but... Yeah.
You don't remember that? You don't remember that bit happening?
No, I don't remember that bit happening.
No, well, little bits might start coming back to you now. It's a little bit like when you have a dream and then you start to kind of, maybe after a while, start to remember little bits of it. But,
right.
yeah, but, by all means, do check your statement. That was Monday. You withdrew $5,000 in cash. So this is your money. It is your money that I have, and I'm about to go in and put it on a single number. I can't wait. I'm going to go in very shortly. It's a cold and very exciting evening here. Look, but before that, keep watching. I'm going to show you a bit more about the skills that I'll be using.
So, all being well, when this show goes out, I should have just got hold of our unwitting and probably very confused participant, and I'm now getting ready to walk into the casino and put a large amount of his money on a single number. But first, let's look at another skill that I needed to work on. To beat a roulette wheel, I don't just need to know about speed, this is also about trajectory. We're in Manchester at a unique location, which is the only freestanding glass squash court in the UK. In this test, I'm going to try to judge the trajectory of a moving ball. I'm also only going to give myself a split second to make my prediction. My helper for this challenge is the lovely Carly. Hi, Carly.
How are you?
Very good. I'm going to give you a little practice. I need to just watch you sort of throwing a ball a few times to get a sense of how you do this. And then we're going to go up there, and you're going to throw this ball as hard as you can into this court, and I will try and tell you as it leaves your hand which one of these squares that it will end up in. That's what this is about. Got it? There are so many variables in this challenge. The speed at which Carly throws the ball, the angle she throws it, the weight of the ball, and the bounciness of the ball. I need to understand all of these variables if I'm going to be able to predict the way a ball on a roulette wheel behaves. So, now I'm going to try and do something that seems impossible and predict the outcome of a single throw. Okay, let's go and do it then. You ready?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. After you. Lovely.
Okay.
Ball.
Thank you.
And this is a chart that I've got of all the numbers 1 to 100 in the same order. The way this will work is that you'll throw the ball, and as it leaves your hand, I'm going to make a dab with this bingo dabber on this chart.
Okay.
So you should hear me say the number it's going to land on probably about a second after it's left your hand, if that makes sense. Let me count you down, though. I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and then throw. Right. 3, 2, 1, throw. 37. Come on, 37. Come on, come on, come on. Come on.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely amazing, and that is exactly where it was.
Let's see.
I sort of had it on the 36, 37 border, but that was, I said 37 because it was more, but well done.
How did you do that?
So it seems to work and should apply equally well to predicting the fall of a roulette wheel ball. But it was so quick, I want to show you this again in slow motion. Here you can see the ball leave Carly's hand, and here, half a second later, I make my mark on the number 37 on the card. The ball now careers off the corner of the court on its 6th bounce and heads off to the left. The ball still has sufficient energy to take it across the court, and it returns past my chosen square to hit the right-hand wall on bounce 14. This puts vital spin on the ball, directing it left on the next bounce until, with its energy dissipated, it bounces over one last boundary and ends up in the predicted square.
I can't believe he did it. I was not expecting it to go in the actual number, and amazingly it did. I can't believe it. I'm in shock, absolute shock. Can I keep the ball? 37.
Okay, Ben, I'm heading in.
Great.
Are you still there? Great.
Slightly worried, but...
Good. Don't be worried. I'm very jittery. I will turn my camera on once we get inside and past the guard. I can't film at the moment because it's important nobody knows where we are, if that makes sense. So we can't reveal which casino this is. Also means, of course, we can't film outside. That's why we're not filming at the moment. Otherwise, you'll find out where the location is. And then equally, when we're inside, we won't be able to identify any of the people, or again which casino it is. So I'm going to be trying to film it in such a way you don't see any of the people or exactly where we are. Now, I've been watching a particular wheel for several hours today, and I want to watch it a little longer before I actually play. And just for clarity, the odds of me getting this right are 37 to 1, but the payout is 35 to 1. So you will win, if I get it right, 175,000, plus of course your 5k stake back again, which will total 180k. All right, I will be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Thank you very much. So, again, everything that you've seen in this theatre tonight is pre-recorded, and that's because right now, while you're watching this, I'm in a secret location somewhere in mainland Europe, so I don't get recognised. And if all of this is going to plan, I'll be now making my way into a casino. To avoid drawing unnecessary attention to myself, and to get you as close as possible to the action, we're going to capture it all with concealed cameras. Now, I will have a tiny camera like this up my sleeve, and this will allow you to see the number that I place my chips on. Open wide, see? Just see that dental work there. Lovely, very nice. So, good, you get the idea, lovely. Thank you very much, thank you. So, again, I'll be wearing a camera like that so that you can all see clearly the number that I'll be placing my chips on. So there's one camera on me. Now let me show you the casino. So, let me show you this. To beat the wheel, there are three things that I need to do. Firstly, I need to mentally calculate the speed of the wheel. And I'll do that by keeping my eye on the green 0, which is there. And then every time that green 0 goes past, say, this diamond here, I tap my foot. And I'll be tapping my right foot. And that tapping tells me the speed of the wheel. Yes? Secondly, I need to know the speed of the ball, and the ball will be going in the opposite direction, but it's essentially the same thing. Every time the ball goes past the same point, I'll be tapping my left foot. That makes sense? So, thirdly, from those two speeds, and from knowing where the 0 is, and from having memorized where all the other numbers are in relation to that 0, I can calculate the drop point. And the drop point is where the ball leaves the outside rim and starts to fall into the center wheel. And then, combining all of these calculations, I should be able to work out where the ball will end up. The only thing that will get in the way of this working is if the ball starts bouncing around too much. It is not an exact science. Far from it, but hopefully I can get this precise enough to win on a single number and bring home £175,000 for our participant. So right now, as you're watching this, I should be stood keeping my eye on that wheel. So when you next see me in a few moments, I will be in that casino. I'll have just been sent a text message from my producer saying that we're ready to go, and I will place £5,000 worth of casino chips, which will look like this. It's not very much, that's all it is. That's what you'll see, something like that, on whatever number I believe will come up. I'll have to be very quick as well. I only get a few seconds to place the bet after the ball has been spun. And I will only have one attempt at doing this. So it just remains for me now to thank you, first of all of you here in the theatre, and to thank you at home for watching the events over these last weeks. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. And